up right now, just playing, got some music going, got some fucking Messiah, the mic, got some of my playlists, got 19 the top songs of mine. What we're gonna do is answer some fan questions, some shit that y'all wanna know, some shit that I'm gonna let y'all motherfuckers in on, and just let people get to know me a little bit more, get to know what the rip is about, man. Like this shit right here. Yes, I love a night in the bright. It's just fire. Messiah of the mic, man. Just fucking bringing the godliness of lyricism. Just basically bringing top lyrical qualities and bringing real hip hop into this shit, man. And I'm blessed to be able to have ads now in my videos. So I understand not wanting to skip them, but I also, from skipping all of them, I still skip the shit in my own. But I'm appreciative to all the people sponsoring and allowing me to have the ads. That being said, let's go ahead and get into some questions. All right, so what y'all want to know? We got them down. Let's go.
What made you brave enough to sing on camera?
Man, I've always been, whenever I first started rapping, I was always drunk or fucked up whenever I was a kid, running around at parties and shit, doing stupid shit. And I would freestyle in front of people I don't know, people who I probably shouldn't have been around at that time. And being able to go in front of them, staring into a fucking camera doesn't mean anything. It's just a little camera, a little phone, just a little thing on a tripod.
What state of mind were you in when you wrote Spaceship?
When I wrote Spaceship, I was going through and I found a beat by Astro Beats, and I'm like, man, this shit hits, and this shit also has like some smoothness. And then I was going through some Flip Magic beats, and I'm like, man, this shit's fucking beautiful. So I ended up starting off with an Astro Beats. I was like, nah, I'm gonna switch over, find something that works for this. I ended up wanting to bring in some kind of space theme because it was a beautiful night, and straight up I walked outside, I was on some shrooms, and I looked up at the sky and saw the stars, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna write something about a spaceship, something. I was also invested heavily into Tesla at the time, so I was thinking about SpaceX, and I'm like, man, I want to be bringing something that has some kind of cool video that has either stars or planets in it, because at the time I wasn't recording my own videos like this. I wasn't doing these short little music videos, and yeah, y'all hear my daughter in the background providing some music for everybody. But we're gonna keep it rolling, man. With Spaceship, I just wanted to bring something different and kind of sing a little bit and have some melody to it, you know. He's in a spaceship, will I fall away, chasing his pavement? Something different than what I normally do, instead of just that grimy, fucking lyrical southern, but with like a New York style fucking boom bap to it, with a Memphis flow.
If you could do a music video to any of your songs, which song would you do? Or would you redo one you already have?
If I could do a high budget music video for any of my songs right now, for any track, the track I would do it for would be Addicted, because it's one of the most heartfelt songs, and it's one that it's about some real shit that I've seen about a mother losing her kids, about people just being on that shit, being on whatever it is that you're on, whether it's a substance or if it's a fucking power trip, whatever it is, something that people can relate to. Being addicted to issues, being addicted to struggle, being addicted to pushing yourself and bringing it all back to the beginning and finding a way to focus and to channel that energy into something positive.
Have you ever thought about learning an instrument where you can make some of your own beats?
Shit. Man, I got a little beat maker in there right now. Yo, I've thought about learning instruments, and I fucked around with the guitar. I used to have a little guitar whenever I was a kid, but I use my voice because, man, I'm not fucking instrumentally or whatever talented. It's not something that I'm really into as much. I'd rather have somebody that's passionate about that do their thing and then just let me rock out on the mic.
In your opinion, what's the hardest part about creating a song?
Shit, right now is just not having a studio and just the issues with all that kind of stuff. But using the microphone that I have and using the formula that I've been using, the hardest part about creating a song right now is just finding, it's not really the creation of the song that's hard, other than finding the beat. I need to find a producer that I'm able to work with that wants to split profits or something, or we can figure out something down the line. Because I don't have a shit ton of money right now, but I want to put out an entire project with somebody that is consistent, that has some hard ass beats and not just a couple. Because a lot of producers, they'll have some beats that are dope as fuck, and then they'll have a beat that sounds like it should be on a TV commercial. And I'll tell them that, and they'll be like, "Man, that's fucked up of you." But there's a lot of money in that shit. Probably more money than they'll make in selling beats for some of them. If you get your shit on like a Coca-Cola commercial or some bullshit, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I
Oh yeah,
recognize that,
without
son."
a doubt.
But right now, I just need a producer, somebody I can work with that's consistent, that brings fucking effort, same effort or close to the same effort and energy that I'm gonna bring, and we can just make something beautiful, make some hard ass shit together that goes down in hip hop history. And 30, 40 years from now, they're gonna be like, "Man, y'all remember that shit?" Put it up on high ass lists.
How many mixtapes do you have at the moment?
I only have one mixtape out right now. That's just the Anxiety EP mixtape, because all of my shit has been lower quality up until this point where I'm still building, and it's still not the greatest quality, but I didn't want to put a stamp out, so I'm just putting out random songs and shit. Until the last year, I didn't even own any of my shit, so now I actually own some of it. I got some music videos that I'm getting paid for. That's what I was talking about with the ads and shit. I'm actually getting a little bit of paper off of that shit now. It's not a whole lot, but it's something, man. And shit's starting to build up. We're getting a couple of sponsors. Shout out to Game Up, CBD, man, Nick and Nate Diaz for throwing something. And then shout out to I Sell Glass. Y'all go to I Sell Glass and use Hayes the Ripper. Y'all can get 20% off of any bong or pipe that y'all want. Just throw a little self-promotion in there.
What platforms are you on?
Everything, man. Just Google Hayes the Ripper. I'm on iTunes, on Deezer, Pandora, Spotify. Obviously, the shit y'all watching me on right now, on everything except for OnlyFans, which I'm about to get for you guys, just so y'all can watch me make music, and you ain't gonna see no other shit unless y'all tune in. Maybe what y'all gonna watch.
What's 3 summer goals you have as an artist?
3 summer goals as an artist is to get a mixtape of dope ass beats and a couple of people to collab, and I want to have different collaborations on it. We can do 2 short EPs, 2 short mixtapes, and like 50 Cent told Nipsey Hussle it was good that he never called his shit an album. He called it mixtapes, because if he did end up signing with somebody just to get enough money to open his own shit or whatever, they can't say anything about projected sales because they just have to guess. They don't have an actual number from when you were just coming up, saying that was your first album, you only sold this amount. It was a mixtape. It doesn't count, basically. It's like an amateur MMA fight. Like, it doesn't go in your record.
If you could do a song with any artist, who would it be and why?
If I could do a song with any artist in any genre, you
Yeah,
talking
with
dead or
any
alive,
artist.
you talking like just like realistically,
Today. Any artist from today
any
that's
artist,
still
man.
around, whether they're still singing or not.
Shit. Realistically, I would want to do something that would further my career the most. So I would want to do a song with somebody that would bring a lot of attention to my music and allow me to bring a lot of skill to theirs, and maybe bring something that they haven't had, because I can match lyrically and go fucking 17 syllables in a row with somebody if I could get somebody flowing like that. Like, I would love to do a song with Yellow Wolf, with Ritz. I would love to do a song with somebody like Akon. Like, I fucking love Akon. You put him on a hook, that shit could make so much money anytime.
Why Akon? That's not a name you hear much about these days.
Man, I grew up loving Akon. Just the way that he put his pain and expression into his voice is something that you could hear. But he had a powerful, beautiful voice, but it wasn't booming and too loud, but it wasn't too high pitched. Like, I love Michael Jackson, but it wasn't super high pitched like Michael, but it wasn't some deep ass shit either. It was just somewhere in the middle, to where it was appealing to men and to women, when he had shit like Locked Up or different songs like Once in a While.
Have you thought of any names for your next mixtape?
Yeah, I did the Drake Lemon Pepper freestyle instrumental just to get a little bit of shit up off my chest. Y'all check that out. But I called it the LP intro, the Lemon Pepper intro, because I'm gonna have the Lemon Pepper Haze, something's dope enough to eat and smoke. The Lemon Pepper Haze mixtape coming out for y'all soon. It's gonna be a couple of tracks. It might have some collabs, it might not, man. You never know.
If you could perform in any three states in the U.S., which three states would you choose and why?
If I could perform in any 3 states in America, what states would I perform in? Man, I would perform in New York because it's the mecca where hip hop was from. I would perform basically. I mean, they're boring answers for real. But New York, I would perform in Georgia, specifically in Atlanta, because hip hop is fucking huge down there right now, and it has been. You know, they've been going hard as hell for years now. Atlanta's basically taking over, and then I would do it in Cali if I could, because there's a couple of different spots you can hit in California that you're gonna get major attraction.
If you could perform in three countries, what countries would you choose to perform in?
I would perform in Amsterdam because I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam, and I've heard that there's dope ass crowds out there. They get really into your shit, and I have a couple of fans in Amsterdam. Whenever I check my statistics, I always see like 3% of viewers from Amsterdam. So that's cool, man. Shout out to y'all. I don't know who y'all are, but I love y'all, man. Y'all keep tuning in to that shit. I would go to, man. I would go to fucking somewhere in the Middle East, like Abu Dhabi. I would go check out the $1 trillion buildings and the big ass stadiums. Like if I could realistically fucking fill one of those up, that'd be a lot of fans in there. Be a lot of attention, and I could bring awareness to a lot of the things because there's literally trillionaires and oil wealth worth ungodly numbers. So a lot of the reason that I rap is to bring attention and awareness to shit. Like I love the Bone Thugs say, I want to change the world. You want to change your life. Like that's how I feel, man. I want to change the whole fucking world. Pac talked about inspiring and sparking the mind to change the world. And you know, Pac died a year younger than I am right now. I'm 26, man. So maybe I'll be able to do some shit about it before I'm gone. And if not, then